Okay, I'm standing here in a fire break trail of a sandhill community at the Chesalowiski Wildlife Preserve. This is a definitely upland area, real sandy soil, as where most sandhills predominantly occur. Basically the northern half of the state. And the reason I picked to start off in a fire trail, because it gives you a real good look at the soils and how there's no permanent ground clutter, and how it's just a real sandy soil just underneath the edge. As I walk in just from a bit, you can see open patches of sand which run very deep. But as far as the other ground clutter goes, there's wiregrass and many other small indigenous species. As far as the mid-story goes, you have a lot of sand oaks and some other, well, it's kind of hard to tell because we've had a disturbance of fire here recently and it's burned a lot of the wee little shrubs out. But I can make out the sand oaks. And back over here on the other side of the break, I did see a turkey oak, which was right back over. Let me see if I can zoom in. Right in there's the little guy. It's pretty obvious to tell with the deep loathing, and that's just a unique tree altogether. But I'm not going to walk in there because it's got a wood pile behind it. I'm sure there's a rattlesnake waiting for me. I believe this might be a Chapman oak. I'm not sure. I didn't bring enough literature. But I am surrounded by a lot of long-leaf pines, which is the canopy for this area. Like I said earlier, one of the biggest disturbance that makes the sandhill community a sandhill community is frequent fires every 1 to 3 years. And this being a managed forest, I pretty much know that they do burn it every other year. They burn a section of it at least every year, but it gets burned probably between 1 and 5 years at a time, because I live not far away and the smoke's just deafening. Other things that I did find in the community, is a predominantly saw palmettos. They run through here quite a bit, and you can tell with that they got the perennial and the sharp edges. You don't want to run your fingers up against that. I did find a small gathering of dog fennels over here. Not many, but it's definitely, you can tell it's dog fennels. But I'm also trying not to venture too far in from the road so I don't get shot, seeing how we are in an active hunting season in a management preserve. But this is my sandhill community over here in the lovely town of Weeki Wachee, Florida. But another thing, you can start to see the sand oaks, how the canopies are starting to grow together. Unfortunately, it hadn't got thick enough to choke out the fire yet, or to maintain any peat, because it's all pretty still sandy in there. But I think that's about all I've got time for, except for that this is a managed forest. So like I said earlier, they do prescribe burns every year. A big chunk of this will get burnt. And but you can see it has slight rolling hills, nothing too drastic. It's pretty, I don't know, it goes way back there before you get to any kind of serious tree cover. But it's just like an open safari or savanna. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you.